No more than usual. I'm Flu. Dabu-dee-dabu-die. George Flu.
I'm Majenta with a J, and I'm black in action.
And I'm Sham Payne, and I'm not a bitch, I'm just painted that way.
And
we're Face Down Queens, and welcome to Fashion Photo Reflu. Woo.
We're here to judge the fashions of Boston Drag Gauntlet Cycle 2 Challenge 8, where they were challenged to impersonate each other in pairs, but we will be rating them individually. And as you may have noticed, the audio sounds a little weird in this part of our video. We had some technical difficulties, but after the first couple minutes, it should be back to normal. And we are mixing things up slightly this week. We are going to start with our ratings and then talk about what we thought.
So first up, we've got BINX as Plain Jane.
Let's flip. All right, Queen 8-9. Let's start with you, Georgia.
I just really fucking love this individual look. It's just absolutely stunning. She looks beautiful. Her body looks great. Mug's always right. Hair's good. I just really, really love this outfit. The group look is good, not as exciting, but still really good, and so I still think that how much I'm in love with this first look is what brings it up to an absolute queen for me.
So I give it an 8, and I have to agree the original outfit by itself was really good, but I would have preferred something that was like more signature Plain Jane. And then in terms of the duet look, I don't know, it just still felt very BINX.
If it was just the fashion alone, that one look, I also would give a queen, but it did feel more BINX than Plain Jane. That was kind of my reason for not going all the way, but honestly, BINX always looks so fucking amazing. Like,
Yeah, it looked good, it just didn't look as much like
I'm just tired of giving her perfect score.
Just need to bring her down a notch.
Yeah.
So next up, we have Plain Jane as BINX.
Let's flip. 998. I'll go first. I think Plain Jane and BINX both did a really great job of doing each other. I do think Plain Jane looked a little bit more like BINX than BINX looked like Plain Jane, if that makes any sense.
I definitely think they both looked really, really good. I do feel like Plain Jane looked like BINX more. Maybe it was easier because of the black hair, and it's a signature of BINX. It just had more signature portions of BINX's looks.
Yeah, BINX does have a bit more of a signature style to
right.
it.
I think it's easier to be
Yes.
signature BINX than it is to be signature Plain Jane. But yeah, I think that she looked really good. I wasn't necessarily terribly excited about it though. But she looks fucking stunning as always. So our next pair is MARIANNE, LAPUTAINE, and Atlas. And
MARIANNE! And Atlas.
And so first up we have MARIANNE as Atlas.
Flip. I gave it a 10. I just thought that MARIANNE captured Atlas so well, and like, considering that physically they don't really resemble each other, that to get the hair, the makeup, the dress, the dresses, the whole look, I felt like it was a really good week for MARIANNE, and it was a very exciting thing to see her in something so different.
I clearly really liked it too. I especially really liked the individual dress. I'm, as I've mentioned before, a sucker for anything pink and frilly, blonde. It's kind of checking a lot of boxes for me. But yeah, she looks really good, and I think that she really does capture Atlas and sort of nails the challenge there.
Yeah, I agree. I really like that it was something different because this is not typically what MARIANNE would wear, which was really good. And especially the blue hair, I felt like was very Atlas. And the makeup as well. You could tell who she was trying to be. Now on the flip side is Atlas as MARIANNE LAPUTAINE.
Ready to flip?
Yeah.
Boop. 887.
Again, Atlas did a really good job of capturing MARIANNE. First of all, I think the individual look, like that's, like it is a MARIANNE outfit, and I recognized it immediately. But I think a lot of it came through Atlas's performance.
Yes.
Which, like, is not what we're judging. But she did such a good job, and I just want to kind of shout it out because I was so impressed of really getting MARIANNE's mannerisms down. And she did kind of the same thing in Snatch Game. She did such a good job with that on stage of being Jennifer Coolidge. I think it's just a big strength of hers.
I feel like a lot of the mannerisms is very Marianne, but we're just judging the looks. The solo look, I loved the poop dress. I was reminded of that number.
That tearaway was like flawless.
Yes,
That
I agree.
so well
the tearaway was
executed.
really, really good.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with everybody. The only reason this isn't higher is because we are just judging the looks. I feel like it would have been hilarious if she had actually also done like the Cthulhu look or something.
Yeah.
Like, there are a lot of interesting options for Marianne. I love that she did like the poo one, but I do have to caveat the Atlas's performance. She was the winner of the night, and deservedly so. It was
Absolutely.
incredible.
And I do also want to give them a shout out for giving us a shout out.
Oh my
because
God.
both of them included some dialogue from Face Down Queens in there.
Yeah.
Moving right along, our final pair is KIRBIE Fully Loaded and Veronica VANDERSNATCH. And so first up, we've got KIRBIE Fully Loaded as Veronica VANDERSNATCH.
Ready to flip? Let's
Yes.
flip. 789.
I think that both of the dresses that KIRBIE wore were like nice dresses. I didn't necessarily immediately get Veronica VANDERSNATCH, but I think that she's someone, because partially she hasn't been around and in the scene as much as so many of these other queens, she doesn't have a sort of instantly recognizable sort of aesthetic in the way that a lot of other queens do. And I also think that because both of these dresses were gowns, it sort of didn't allow her to play to her strengths because she couldn't sort of move in the way that she usually does. And she's such a strong performer that she ended up being a little bit less dynamic than she usually is. So I think that that was to her detriment.
I definitely thought the hair was very Veronica. But I agree with you, the dresses, like, they kind of do look very simplistic. It is hard because, like you were saying, Veronica hasn't been around as much, so the signature look is kind of hard because most of us, it's just based off what we've seen in the competition so far. It definitely isn't a typical KIRBIE face either, so I kind of like that.
So when I arrived, I went downstairs and saw everybody before the competition, and I thought that KIRBIE and Veronica were going to be the ones to beat, because I felt like their wigs and makeup really looked like each other. But I will say that KIRBIE's two looks were really, really similar. Like, there wasn't enough variation of showing different sides. It's almost like they didn't quite get what each other were known for, because she really played up the Veronica as like the old matriarch angle, which sort of is there, but it's like she also does really, you know, crazy makeup and elaborate costumes and things like that. So I think it looked good. It just was not as exciting as Veronica can be.
Yeah.
And then last but not least, we have Veronica VANDERSNATCH as KIRBIE Fully Loaded.
Okay, are we ready to flip? Let's flip. Oh.
Ooh, 69.
Ooh.
She
Ooh.
was in love.
I'm just being nice for once. Jeez. I got the essence of KIRBIE, though it didn't feel like a signature KIRBIE look. Definitely that kind of like jiggling about, you know, KIRBIE. I don't particularly like the bodysuit. You could tell like very how unrealistic it was, but the hair did feel very KIRBIE.
I thought it was best from the neck up for both looks, but then sort of similar to what I said about KIRBIE is that I feel like Veronica played an angle on KIRBIE that wasn't quite right, because it was kind of like playing her as a slut, more or less, which you could say is perhaps a facet of KIRBIE's personality, but it's not what I immediately associate with her. And I also felt like the padding up top should have been matched with padding around the hips.
I do agree
Like,
with that, actually, now that I'm seeing it.
I wanted more of the figure, and I love Veronica. She's so talented, but I think she didn't quite nail the KIRBIE aspect of this, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree. From the neck up, it sort of works, but then from there down. And I like the individual look better. I think especially that hair is
I
sort of
love
very
that hair on
instantly
Veronica. I'm like,
recognizable
okay,
as
Veronica,
KIRBIE.
this is a great opportunity to like play
something
with,
like that.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, you know, natural hair colors like we have. It's a little bit of a shame because this was the week that Veronica went home. The competition is just tough at this point, and it was a very emotional goodbye.
I was like crying. I was like
Yeah.
very much on the verge of tears. There was a standing ovation.
Yeah.
So it's definitely clear Veronica has touched many people that were in the audience there week after week.
Yeah, she got all those fans.
Ooh.
Yeah, for somebody that most of us were not familiar with before this
Yeah.
competition.
She really showed up.
She made a huge impact, super talented, and you should be extremely proud.
Yes.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that with 6.
I'll hold up my 9 still.
There we go.
She should be proud.
Yes. So our winning hand this week is
Marianne.
She was the perfect epitome of Atlas.
She nailed the impersonation
Yeah.
aspect of the challenge, which is what it's all
They were
about.
the best team.
She really like transformed herself too.
Yeah.
It was very
Yes.
instead of looking like herself, looking like Atlas.
She embraced the transformation aspect very much so.
Yes.
So congratulations, Marianne. So make sure to come to the next Boston Drag Gauntlet. It's Tuesday, May 21st at 7 p.m. at Jacque's. And their challenge this time is to do over one of their earlier performances from the cycle, and also to do a look that is from recycled pieces, I believe.
Yeah, it's like a recycled challenge.
Yeah.
Like
Unconventional
unconventional materials. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and also the do-over is a number that was received poorly.
A flu dimption.
Jesus Christ. You tried that line with multiple people and they just looked at you blankly.
I know, I'm gonna keep doing it. Yeah. That's how all my jokes go, so.
We are down to a final 5, which it only took a couple years to get there. Georgia, I'm curious. If somebody is watching this right now, any tips for them?
Well, I would recommend that they like this video. It's right down there. Then they can comment on this video. It's right below the liking thing. Then they can share this video. I think it's over towards that side. They can subscribe, which I don't know where that is.
It's over there, and make sure to hit the bell icon.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah.
get notifications.
for all our exciting videos.
And then follow us all on Instagram.
Yeah.
Links will be below.
Yes. You probably already follow all of us, but just in case.
You probably follow both of them. Follow me too.
Sham, did you have a good time?
I did. Thank you guys for having me.
So glad you're
I
here.
know.
Just curious, do you have anybody that you're rooting for the finale?
Oh god, this is a loaded question.
Yeah.
We don't have to put it in if you don't want to.
No, we can put it in. Well, there's a few people, but I'm definitely Team KIRBIE. And I am Team Marianne. But everyone like left is amazing. So
Yeah.
that's not like a slight to anyone else.
Yeah.
It's
I do
just-
think it's kind of anybody's game.
it really is.
Yeah, I agree. Well,
Bye.
bye.